Listen, I know you got me, man. This car not even supposed to be on the street. I was driving. They was gonna come tow it. I'm transporting everything out of here to my other vehicle. I'm just trying to just drive it. I got another car at the dealership. You know what I mean? Because I know it's not supposed to be on the road. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You mind if I see it?
Help! They hurting me! They hurting me! I don't know, fellas. Get in the car! Bro, help! Stop! Get in there! Well, yeah,
I'm not gonna hurt you.
You need to stop and listen to me. Suspicious person at the checkpoint.
Suspicion is not a crime, sir.
It's not. The crime.
Can you articulate to me a crime?
I did not say that there was a crime committed.
Imagine getting pulled over with a Glock on your chest and 33 guns in your car. That's exactly what happened to a certified firearm instructor in Baltimore. But instead of panic, this encounter turned into a textbook example of how mutual respect, clear communication, and knowing your rights can diffuse even the most high-stakes situation. The cops remained calm, followed protocol, and treated the man like a human being. No yelling, no guns drawn, just professionalism. This video isn't just about a traffic stop. It's a real lesson on how law, training, and decency intersect on the street.
How you doing?
Officer Gulak, Baltimore Police Department. The reason I stopped you is because
listen. I'm a supervisor for a transport company. Obviously, I'm armed. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah.
I just gave you my permit and everything. Tags are completely expired. I'm a supervisor for their company. I'm dropping it off so they can take it to the body shop. You see it up right around the corner. I got some more firearms in the back, but I'm gonna let you do your thing.
Okay. So you're from Florida?
I'm from New York.
New York?
Yeah,
okay.
But I got a business here.
All right, I'll be right back.
All right.
Hey, what's up, boss? So where you on your way?
Listen, I know you got me, man. This car not even supposed to be on the street. I was driving. They was gonna come tow it. I'm transporting everything out of here to my other vehicle. I'm just trying to just drive it. I got another car at the dealership. You know what I mean? Because I know it's not supposed to be on the road. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You mind if I see your face, brother?
Oh, no.
You good. So, okay. So, are you transporting your gun from the range?
Or? Oh, no. I'm well, let me explain. So,
you got a handgun on you too?
Absolutely. I'm gonna tell you what I do. So
okay.
I'm a firearm instructor, state of Maryland, certified firearm instructor.
You got your instructor card?
I got everything. I'm gonna pull everything up for you.
While discussing the firearms in his vehicle with the officers, Mr. Guns informs them that he is a certified firearm instructor. In Maryland, qualified handgun instructors are approved individuals who are authorized to teach classes for handgun qualification licenses and handgun wear and carry permits, which we will discuss later in this episode. Under Section 29.03.01.37 of the Maryland Code of Regulations, an individual is a qualified handgun instructor if they have been recognized by the Maryland Police and Correctional Training Commissions, have received a valid instructor certification issued by a nationally recognized firearms organization, or have obtained a qualified handgun instructor license from the state of Maryland. Section 29.03.01.38 of the Maryland Code of Regulations explains that, quote, if a person has not been recognized by the Maryland Police and Correctional Training Commissions, or does not have a valid certification issued by a nationally recognized firearms organization, then the person shall obtain a qualified handgun instructor license before acting as a qualified handgun instructor. In order to obtain a license, the applicant must provide proof of their formal training in the care, safety, and use of handguns, including a minimum qualification score of 80% on a practical police course and proof of a minimum of 1 year of experience and instruction in the care, safety, and use of handguns. According to the licensing division of the Criminal Investigations Bureau of the Maryland State Police, individuals who have been confirmed by the Maryland State Police as being certified as firearm instructors by the Maryland Police and Correctional Training Commissions, or a nationally recognized firearms organization, are known as certified qualified handgun instructors, and individuals who are licensed by the Maryland State Police are called licensed qualified handgun instructors. Because Mr. Guns refers to himself as a certified firearm instructor and is from New York, it seems likely that he was certified by a nationally recognized firearms organization and applied to have his confirmation confirmed by the Maryland State Police so he could teach handgun courses in Maryland.
I'm also ex-law enforcement, current.
Where you at? Okay.
So that's why I got machine guns back there, silencers, anything you need, just let me know. But no, seriously. Listen. When I pop the trunk, you gonna be like, yo, who the this guy, but I got all my documentations in the back seat. I'll give you everything. To,
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm like I said, I was dropping this off because it's not supposed to be on the road. You know what I'm saying? I was dropping it off, taking everything out, and then shooting out to go do a class. Actually, you know what I mean?
Okay. So we're gonna make sure your credentials good.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. Take your time, man. Like I said, if you allow me to pop the trunk, I can give you my other credentials. You know what I mean?
Okay, so I'm gonna stand by because I want to make sure.
Yes, sir.
That
I'm
we're
keep my
safe.
hands here.
Yeah. Look, listen to me. You got a lot of arson, and you got a Glock on your chest.
Yes, sir.
Is the AR back there? Is that unloaded?
No, everything is loaded. Everything is loaded.
So you got just waiting on another unit.
Some
you know what I'm
backup.
saying?
Y'all called the backup quick, huh?
Yeah. Got in the car. You see me got the car.
Listen,
You
I got
safe,
a
you know
mask on, I got shades on, tenant, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Guns in the back. I could be but like I said, once your man, you know, your backup come, I got everything in the trunk. My document,
okay.
my federal documentation. Yes, sir.
On your person.
Yes, sir. I got a Glock on my chest, obviously, and I also have a SIG 365 in my appendix.
In your appendix?
Well,
Okay. Hey, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Concealed.
Yeah.
Mr. Guns states that he's wearing a Glock handgun on his chest and is also concealed carrying a SIG 365, likely referring to a SIG Sauer P365 pistol, both of which would qualify as handguns under state law. According to Section 5-117.1 of the Maryland Code of Public Safety, quote, a person may purchase, rent, or receive a handgun only if the person possesses a valid handgun qualification license, possesses valid credentials from a law enforcement agency, is an active or retired member of the armed forces of the United States or the National Guard, and possesses a valid military identification card, or is purchasing, renting, or receiving an antique, curio, or relic firearm. In order to obtain a handgun qualification license, a Maryland resident must be at least 21 years old and demonstrate satisfactory completion of an approved firearms safety training course. Likewise, under Section 4-203 of the Maryland Code of Criminal Law, quote, a person may not wear, carry, or transport a handgun, whether concealed or open, on or about the person, or, quote, wear, carry, or knowingly transport a handgun, whether concealed or open, in a vehicle traveling on a road, unless they obtain a so-called wear and carry permit, as required by Section 5-303 of the Maryland Code of Public Safety, and have the permit in their possession, as required by Section 5-308. In order to obtain a wear and carry permit, Section 5-306 of the Code of Public Safety states that an individual must be an adult, must not have been convicted of certain criminal offenses, must not be an active alcoholic, addict, or habitual user of a controlled dangerous substance, and must not have, quote, exhibited a propensity for violence or instability that may reasonably render the person's possession of a handgun a danger to the person or to another. Additionally, wear and carry permit applicants must successfully complete an even more rigorous firearms training course. The statute also requires that a permit applicant must have, quote, good and substantial reason to wear, carry, or transport a handgun, such as finding that the permit is necessary as a reasonable precaution against apprehended danger. However, in the 2022 case of New York State Rifle and Pistol Association versus Bruin, the Supreme Court determined that a similar requirement under a New York statute violated the 14th Amendment because it prevented, quote, law-abiding citizens with ordinary self-defense needs from exercising their right to keep and bear arms. The court argued that, quote, the constitutional right to bear arms in public for self-defense is not a second-class right, subject to an entirely different body of rules than the other Bill of Rights guarantees. We know of no other constitutional right that an individual may exercise only after demonstrating to government officers some special need. That is not how the First Amendment works when it comes to unpopular speech or the free exercise of religion, and it's not how the Second Amendment works when it comes to public carry for self-defense. Based on this decision, the Court of Special Appeals of Maryland held in the 2022 case of In Re Rounds that the good and substantial reason requirement of the Maryland statute was unconstitutional and therefore could not be applied to permit applicants. Provided that Mr. Guns applied for and received a wear and carry permit and had it in his possession, he was well within his rights to both open carry the handgun on his chest and concealed carry his pistol.
I walk like this because this is my brand. I'm on IG 2 Guns Deep. So when you see me, you know what I mean.
Okay.
Like,
yo, you is like Rambo, brother.
Oh man, you have no clue, man. And those are fully automatics in the back, machine guns.
For real?
Yeah, man. That's what I do, man.
Stand right here. Keep eye on my man. Stay on that side right there. Stay on that side over there. Keep eye on him. You know what I mean? Do me a favor. Keep your hands on the steering wheel. You got me, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. You walk around like that every day?
Every day.
Every day?
Yeah, every day.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's my uniform.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Once we,
Yeah.
like I said, you can start that old protocol. Once we get done with this,
Yeah.
we good. Now, I mean, I just want to make sure everybody's safe.
You're doing a good job because I could be auditing you.
Huh?
This could be an audit.
Yeah,
you know
I'm
what I
doing
mean?
good, ain't I?
I might have to report you, but you're doing a good job. You know what I mean?
All right, so what I'm gonna do first, okay? You're gonna get your rifle back. I'm gonna take the rifle just to make sure it's safe. Put it out.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna get somebody. Slide up real quick. Torres.
I got it.
You got it.
Oh, you got it. Okay. He's gonna grab the rifle
Uh-huh.
right there just to make sure it's safe. I'm gonna reach in out and lock your door for my partner.
That's
You got it.
fine.
When I got you out, I'm gonna have you come to me. I'm making sure you put your hands up.
Okay.
And I'm gonna secure your guns first. All right. Then we're
No
gonna go from
problem.
there. All right.
No problem.
Okay. So I'm gonna open the door 1st.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You got it. Look it. There you go.
All right. All right. I want you to slide your right foot out first.
Left foot.
Left foot. My fault. Left foot. Your right foot.
You might try to give me the trick.
All right, put your hands up for me. All right, so we're going to secure the first one first. All right.
That's
All right, I'm going to secure it. Take it to my partner.
yes, sir.
All right, you get everything back once you get done.
Yes, sir.
You said your pendant?
Yeah, right there. Now, you can't listen. The one in my appendix, right?
Uh-huh.
I want you to you gotta take it all out because it's one in the chamber, so I don't want you to shoot my joint off.
Never.
Okay.
The officers ordered Mr. Guns to step out of the vehicle and then remove the handguns he was carrying from his person while they completed their investigation into the legality of his firearms. We have previously mentioned here on ATA that it is well established that officers have the authority to routinely order drivers to step out of their vehicles during traffic stops and to frisk and disarm individuals if they reasonably suspect that they are armed and dangerous. As the Supreme Court explained in the 1972 case of Adams versus Williams, quote, "The purpose of this limited search is not to discover evidence of crime, but to allow the officer to pursue his investigation without fear of violence. And thus, the frisk for weapons might be equally necessary and reasonable, whether or not carrying a concealed weapon violated any applicable state law. So long as the officer is entitled to make a forcible stop and has reason to believe that the suspect is armed and dangerous, he may conduct a weapons search limited in scope to this protective purpose." Relying on this case, the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals, which has jurisdiction over Maryland, determined in the 2017 case of United States versus Robinson that this rule applied to legally armed individuals, with no further evidence of the individual's potential dangerousness required, as, quote, "The risk inherent in a forced stop of a person who is armed exists even when the firearm is legally possessed. The presumptive lawfulness of an individual's gun possession in a particular state does next to nothing to negate the reasonable concern an officer has for his own safety when forcing an encounter with an individual who is armed with a gun and whose propensities are unknown. Therefore, it is likely that a court would uphold the constitutionality of the officers temporarily disarming Mr. Guns during the course of the traffic stop for officer safety. Additionally, the Supreme Court held in the 2015 case of Rodriguez versus United States that officers can only engage in unrelated investigations during a roadside detention if the inquiries did not measurably extend the duration of the stop. However, if independent, reasonable suspicion of an additional crime exists, the court recognized that an officer could extend the traffic stop to investigate that offense. Accordingly, it is probable that a court would conclude that the officers had reasonable suspicion to extend the traffic stop to investigate the legality of Mr. Guns' arsenal of weapons, particularly the fully automatic machine guns and silencers, which can only be legally possessed under certain circumstances and with particular paperwork.
You have another one?
All right, any more out?
No, sir.
Okay. All right.
State police then call you guys back on that confirmation?
Not yet.
The car is weekend.
We about to do it now. Okay? All right.
Stay there.
All right, so I'm going to walk you back here with me. All right? All right. All right. So you say this blue bag, where the paperwork at? In the front or the back? Okay.
Is that it? They're
That's it.
That's it?
That's it.
Hey, we appreciate the service. Let me tell you what, we appreciate your hospitality. Appreciate you not getting out of control, out of order. Man, thank you. I appreciate you.
Once the officers confirmed that Mr. Guns was in legal possession of all of his weapons, they returned his firearms and allowed him to leave. It is unclear from the video whether Mr. Guns was issued a citation for the expired registration on the vehicle he was driving.
A single dad just trying to get breakfast for his kids ends up violently detained by Dallas police, all because they confused his name with someone else's. Despite calmly explaining the mix-up and legally carrying a gun, officers ignored him, used excessive force, and mocked him. Body cam footage reveals it all. Now this man has lost his job, his home, and is fighting back with a major lawsuit. You need to see how badly they messed this up. Watch what happens next.
Okay, well, what's your information? That's it. That's all.
Damn, I'm finna go get some for my baby, something to eat.
Okay, hey, if you're good, sir, you're good. Come on, step up with me. I'll explain to you. I know, step out. I'll explain everything.
No, sir. Tell me why. No, you didn't give me permission. I didn't give you permission to
Right now, you are being detained. Come on and step out.
Hey, yeah, I'm sorry.
Come on and step out. Come on. Come on and step out, bro. Come on and step out. Come on and step out. You're gonna get tased. Come on and step out. Come on and step out, bro. Come on and step out. Come on and step out. Come on and step out.
Bro.
Step out.
What are y'all? Man, hold on, bro.
Come on and step out. Come on and step out. Come on and step out.
Y'all pulling on me for what? Hold on. Y'all, I didn't give y'all some permission. Bro, this is my gun. Bro, this is my what the
Stop resisting.
Despite Hayes' efforts to cooperate and clarify his identity, the officers continued to handle him roughly. Body cam footage captures Hayes pleading for help, hoping the officers would recognize the gravity of their mistake. Under the Fourth Amendment, individuals have the right to be free from unreasonable searches and seizures, which includes protection from excessive force during an arrest or detention. In Graham v. Connor, the U.S. Supreme Court established that the reasonableness of force must be assessed from the perspective of a reasonable officer on the scene, accounting for the severity of the crime and the suspect's behavior. Here, despite Hayes' cooperative actions and his pleas for help, officers escalated force, potentially violating the objective reasonableness standard. Additionally, in Tennessee v. Garner, the court ruled that force must be proportionate to the immediate threat posed, underscoring that unwarranted aggression toward compliant individuals is unlawful. The officers' rough handling of Hayes despite the absence of resistance suggests a disregard for these standards, raising questions about excessive force in this case.
man. Bro, look at y'all. Bro, what are y'all doing? Bro, man. Stop. Help. 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 They hurting me. They hurting me.
Delta 772. If the other 70s aren't worked out with us, 7-3, put them out with us. Put 84 out with us as well. And start us some record, please.
Get in the car. Bro, stop. Get in there.
Bro, y'all hurting me.
Get in the
car. Bro, y'all hurting me. Help me. Help. Somebody help me.
Stop.
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 Y'all hurting me.
Leg restraint.
You got cut.
Y'all hurting me.
No, we're not. You hurting yourself.
What are y'all doing?
You're hurting yourself. Hey, while he's down, search him.
Bro, I don't have
gun in
anything.
his pocket. Yeah.
Bro, I don't have anything,
It's
bro.
on the floorboard of the front passenger.
Bro, I don't.
Hold it up.
That is my gun.
Hands down.
It is in my hand. Bro, you're breaking my fucking pocket.
Stop.
Bro,
You're getting this because you're acting this way. This is 100%, and I'm not your okay?
bro, y'all
This
hurting
is
me,
you
bro.
acting
You
this way.
touching my body weight, man. Bro,
Stop.
Oh, you a prisoner?
I know I'm
Yes, ma'am.
all right. Because you're acting stupid.
Y'all don't even understand. Y'all in big trouble.
Go for it. I don't care.
Y'all in big trouble.
You are under arrest.
Y'all in big trouble.
You guys Are you good?
Y'all in big trouble.
Get him up.
You good?
Y'all in big trouble.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, up.
Y'all are in big trouble, man.
Haven't seen in the
Y'all
car.
are in big. I can't even get up, man. My what? Damn, you a black man? You gonna let them do this? You gonna let them do me something? Damn, fam. Do you see how they doing me? Do you see how they? Scoot back.
Fucking hit me.
Scoot back. Watch your foot. Watch your feet. Bro, what the fuck?
Leg restraint, leg restraint. Unlock it, Lucy.
Bro, I hold it off of him. That is not your money's down. It isn't my name. Bro, you questioning my pressure.
Stop!
Bro,
You're getting this because you're acting this way. This is 100%, and I'm not your okay?
bro, y'all hurting me, bro. You twisting my body one way. Bro,
Stop!
bro, you a pressure.
I know I'm pressing your pressure point
All right.
because you're acting stupid.
Bro, you.
Stop!
I'm a very intelligent black man.
Stop! I don't
right.
care.
All right.
Right now,
Bro,
you're acting
bro, all right, let me in the car. I get in the car. I get in the car.
Hold on.
I'm telling you, I get in the car. I'm telling you right now, I get in the car.
Listen,
Bro,
I'm
no.
gonna let you. But
Bro, you're hurting me. You're hurting me. Bro, let me up. Bro,
Stop! Stop!
bro, look at me.
Stop!
Bro, look at you hurting me, man.
You're the one acting.
Bro,
this way.
y'all
Y'all
in big trouble, bro. Y'all don't even understand. Y'all in big trouble.
Go for it. I don't care.
Y'all in big trouble. You are under arrest.
Subsequently, more police officers keep arriving at the scene to aid with the arrest.
Stop. Y'all hurting me.
Leg restraint.
Y'all hurting me.
No, we're not.
You're hurting yourself right
Bro,
now.
what are y'all doing?
You are hurting yourself.
Hey, while he's down, search him.
Bro, I don't have anything.
Yeah.
Bro, I don't have anything,
It's on
bro.
the floorboard of the front
already there.
passenger.
Bro, I don't.
Hold it up.
That is my gun.
He's down.
It isn't my name. Bro, you're pressing my pressure points.
Stop!
Bro,
You're getting this because you're acting this way.
My
This is 100%, and I'm not your.
y'all are in big trouble.
All right, let's get him up.
Let's go.
Ready? 1, 2, 3 up.
Y'all are in big trouble, man.
Have a seat in the
Y'all are
car.
in big, I can't even get up, man. My
Get up.
get the
Stop here in the back.
you a black man.
Get a seat.
You gonna let them do it?
Have a seat.
You see how they doing me, bro? See how they? Ah,
Scoot back.
bro.
Scoot back.
Scoot back.
Bro,
Yes, sir.
bro, what the?
Come on, Jesus.
That is my car.
You kept going like this, too.
I saw it.
You kept reaching.
Took a second, but I saw it.
Was it not?
We need better leg restraints, Lucy.
Love the security, right?
It's already Lucy got it. He gonna run it.
Wrong weapon, bro.
Echo 733, Echo 733, Kilo 50 Delta 773.
Camera.
Multiple officers on the scene exacerbated the situation, with some even mocking Hayes as he expressed concern for his safety and well-being. As Hayes lay restrained, he continued to tell the officers they were making a grave mistake, emphasizing his respect for the law and his innocence in the situation. The Fourth Amendment's reasonableness standard requires that officers verify an individual's identity and circumstances before making an arrest. In Brown v. Texas, the Supreme Court ruled that officers must have reasonable suspicion based on specific and articulable facts to justify detaining an individual, emphasizing that law enforcement cannot arbitrarily disregard a person's legal rights. The failure of Dallas officers to investigate the identity discrepancy and the lawful possession of the firearm likely violated Hayes's Fourth Amendment rights, as they escalated the encounter without fully considering his explanations or verifying his lawful status.
All right, let's get him up.
All right.
Leg restraints are off. Ready? 1, 2, 3 up.
Y'all are in big trouble, man. Y'all are in big, I can't even get up, man. My fucking head. Get the
Wait, baby, and get the call.
Hayes, who works as a security guard, reminded the cops that the weapon belonged to him and was legally obtained.
This is my weapon, bro. Come on, you a black man. Look how they doing, man. I got 4 kids, man. I got 4 kids at the house, man.
Weston 380. Serial number is going to be November Juliet Whiskey 8843.
That is my weapon. This is my name. That's my weapon. This is my name. Bro, y'all doing this for no reason, man. I gotta go get something to eat for my kids, bro.
Okay.
I gotta go get something to eat for my kids, and that's how they do me. Yo.
A Dallas police sergeant later arrived and was briefed on the mistaken identity, yet Hayes was still taken into custody. Body cam footage from different perspectives shows that officers failed to investigate his claims about the spelling difference before resorting to forceful measures. The video also reveals a lack of communication among the officers, as several were unaware of Hayes' legal right to carry the firearm. Under Texas Penal Code Section 46.02, lawfully possessing a handgun is allowed in Texas if the individual meets certain conditions, such as having a valid license or carrying it legally under Texas's constitutional carry laws. Texas also recognizes a legal defense for individuals in situations where their firearm possession is lawful, meaning officers must consider an individual's legal rights before taking forceful action based on firearm possession alone.
Been late for everything.
And they handled me so rough, sir. I complied. I said, what am I be stufful? I didn't give nobody no attitude or anything, sir. I got 4 kids that was waiting on me right now. They're hungry. They're hungry. I'm trying to go feed them, man. Okay. And that's it. I don't know. Like they say, I failed the signal at the stop sign.
The stop sign? Okay.
I mean, I was wrong for that. Yes.
So that was the reason for contact for the stop. Okay.
Yes, I understand that. And I was gonna tell them, like, what am I being detained for? I don't have any warrants. My name is. I mean, I have warrants maybe for speeding or something like that. But
what is your name?
Not for family violence or anything.
What is your name?
Sylvester Hayes.
Sylvester Hayes.
The name of a champion. And they doing it because I don't know if it's because my skin
that has nothing to do with the skin.
Look how they held me, sir. I didn't do anything that deserved
there was a gun, right?
But I wasn't pulling. I told him I had a weapon. I told him this.
Okay.
I told him this. This is my name.
Okay.
If they run it, it's going to say Sylvester Hayes.
Okay. Mr. Hayes. So, and I don't know all the story, but there is another Sylvester Hayes, right? So give me a second, right? And that Sylvester Hayes does have a warrant.
Then maybe I'm the third, man.
Okay, so your last name is Hayes?
Hayes, Sylvester Hayes was third. SILVESTER.
Okay, and then your date of birth?
February 23rd, 1996. Okay. And I'm the third.
Wait a second. We can handle all this, but when guns or stuff like that are in play,
I didn't pull anything, sir.
No. I never said you did, right?
With everything, come on, man. With everything that's going on now, why would I pull the gun, man? I ain't trying to be another. Man, come on, man. I don't have to say it. I don't have to say it, man. I'm fighting for my life, man. I got 4 babies at the house, man. What if happened and they would have? Come on, man.
I understand.
For nothing, though.
So here,
my car's up today. I'm paying on it. Like I got a good job. I work security. Like I'm trying to be one of y'all, but like, come on, man. This how y'all do. This how y'all do me. I'm working to be y'all, bro.
I didn't do anything.
My name is man. Besides speeding tickets, man.
Right. I understand. And like what I said, I do apologize. Like if you feel like they roughed you up or whatever, I do apologize. But anytime that there's a gun involved and like traffic stop and like, hey, so give us a second. We're gonna have these dudes check you out. Give me a second.
So what did it say about the gun, sir? When y'all ran the serial number, what did it say?
When I ran it and you saw me run it, it came back clear. It's not stolen.
None of that, right? Right. So damn, and they don't even know my aunties. They in big trouble, man.
Why?
They in big trouble. They don't even know. Like I look like this, but I got a family that's behind me, man.
I understand.
I got family that's behind me. I'm a smart ass. I'm an intelligent black man, man.
I understand.
Come on, I just look like this, man.
Looks have nothing to do with it.
I'm just saying how they rough me up, how they handle me like this. Like I'm I didn't come at them disrespectful. I didn't like, hey, you bitch the fool.
Yeah, because we pulled up and everybody was fighting and we just want to just end it
exactly.
Right there.
It was because of them. I didn't say anything, man. I was complying. If they had their radio on, I was complying, man. If they had their camera on, I was complying. Like, come on, man. Like this, they shouldn't have to be all this, man.
I got you.
Are you the chief? Or like, what are you doing?
Me?
Yeah.
So I'm part of this team. So this is all my my team. Like all these dudes are my teammates.
Come on, man. You need a better team, man. You need a better team, man.
And that's why I'd rather talk to everybody. Good, right, wrong, indifferent. I'll talk to everybody.
At least you trying to hear. Like they didn't even try to hear me, man.
Okay. No, I'm just putting my hand up here. I'm just putting my hand up here.
Okay, man. I'm like,
so they'll check you out, and like what I said, let me figure out what's going on here, and I'll talk to you. Okay. All right. Give me a second.
Subsequently, during the interaction, other officers were busy searching his car, violating his Fourth Amendment rights. Meanwhile, the supervisor summoned the 2 officers that began the arrest to explain what happened.
Got another magazine?
We were sitting at the church, and we were just going to start doing traffic. She's running plates.
Okay.
I'm like, hey, run that Hyundai. So she runs it, and she was like, oh, let's look at the registered owner or whatever. So she does. She goes to AIS, and that's a cross-reference, and it pops up red. So she's like, okay. She kind of looks at it, but by that time we had already lost them. We had already gone into like the Family Dollar parking lot or whatever. The Family Dollar parking lot. So then, as she's searching, she finds out that the name that she put on there, whatever was on AIS, had continuous family violence, warrant. So then, we get behind him up here because we see the car moving on Illinois. So we catch up to it and we get up here to Southern Oaks. And he fails to signal within 100 feet from the stop sign here at Southern Oaks and Overton. And as soon as he came up here, we obviously pulled him over.
So you got the reason for contact.
Yeah. So I pulled up to the car and I'm like, hey man, look. You got pulled over for this, this, and this. And he was like, well, that's not fair because you were watching me from the other side. I was like, yeah, we were on the other side of the light, but you were crossing. So obviously, you know what I mean? Yeah. So then I was just like, you have your ID with you. And so he gives it to me. And obviously I handed it over to her and she's like, Sylvester Hayes, like that's the name that was under warrant. But
so you got a good warrant?
Well, there's, I guess, a lot
he does have tickets.
He does have the tickets. So when I'm like, hey bro, so in order for us to be able to like fully investigate, like, because he was already acting weird, so I'm like, hey bro, like,
he was already giving him trouble as well.
I'm like, can you just step out of the car please? Let's go to the back of the car. And at that point he was like, for what? For what? And I'm like, bro, come on, man. And so that's whenever Reggie pulled up and we tried to get him out of the car and the fight was on.
Okay.
And then I was like, bro, come on.
So you got jail traffic, resisting arrest, right?
Yeah, we have failed to signal 100 feet. And then he has tickets. He had a gun in his pocket because he kept going like this.
That's why he was acting so crazy.
Okay, because
he had a pistol in his freaking pocket. And at that point, whenever we were trying to get him out of the car, Whitman was on the other side. He was like, gun, right pocket, gun.
Yeah.
So,
is he a felon?
He has not been convicted. Or no felon?
No felon.
We have UCW resisting.
Resisting? Okay. Resisting because...
Well, I don't know if we were going to be able to put the resistant because you can't resist detention. You can get him out of the car, but I mean, if the fight is on.
So who was on the driver's side?
I was.
So he was listening to your commands at the time, right?
No, he was not. As soon as I had to open the door when I was like, hey, come on, bro, come on, let's step out.
Because Whitman saw the gun.
Well,
it's safety at this point, right?
He saw the gun while we were trying to get him out of the car.
So you got, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
So when he was sitting down and we were, like me, Reggie, and who else was next to him, we were trying to pull him out of the car.
Okay.
That's whenever Whitman was trying to push him out. He was like, gun, right pocket, gun, right pocket.
Okay.
So.
But based on your investigation, you have probable cause to stop him because y'all looked at his name and his picture earlier and could identify him?
We couldn't see it in the car. So
but we have a traffic violation.
You got
the traffic violation. Yeah.
There's a reason for contact.
Yeah. So I wasn't gonna be like, oh, it's an investigative stop, and then it turns into shit. Like, no. So we were gonna get.
So when the pistol come back clean, stolen?
It was clean.
Clean, okay. Double check with the jail sergeant on the UCW charge.
Okay.
All right. Just to make sure, because we got new laws now.
Yeah.
Right. So if he's not a felon, but not convicted of one, that's different. Any drugs in the car?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay. Y'all just searched the car.
Yeah, they haven't said anything.
Okay, that's fine. And then what was his injury?
Nothing.
But if he resisted, he resisted. You know
yeah, he just
so
resisted.
We got him on that, right?
Yeah.
So that we're good. So yeah. So just find out
During the interaction, the officer quickly acknowledged that he had confused the spelling of Sylvester Hayes' name, which serves as crucial evidence that he hadn't properly conducted his investigation before arresting Hayes.
The Lester ended up being like the third or something like that, but as soon as I saw the Lester Hayes, I was like, okay, let's get him out while we
Once Hayes was finally able to speak with a different officer, he reiterated his innocence and highlighted the negative impact this arrest would have on his children. Hayes, a security guard with no history of violence, explained he understood why officers needed to be cautious, but insisted he had done nothing to warrant their extreme response. Despite his attempts to comply, Hayes was detained under charges related to resisting arrest and an alleged traffic violation. The officers involved continued to downplay their actions, attempting to justify their aggressive approach by citing his alleged non-compliance. Following this encounter, Hayes lost his job and faced additional hardships, including the loss of his home due to the arrest. The excessive force used against him and the baseless charges brought public attention to the incident. Hayes has since filed a lawsuit against the Dallas Police Department, alleging violations of his 4th and 14th Amendment rights. The lawsuit seeks to hold the officers accountable for excessive force, unlawful arrest, and racial profiling. In addition to a jury trial, Hayes is pursuing punitive damages and attorney's fees as he seeks justice for the ordeal he endured. I will update you when there's a new development to this case. Like and subscribe for more police cam stories. Watch the next recommended video. Click to watch now.
A simple recording at an airport turned into a full-blown constitutional showdown when Connecticut State Trooper Lavoie detained a journalist with zero evidence of a crime. Despite the journalist calmly asserting his First and Fourth Amendment rights, Lavoie cuffed him within seconds, all caught on the officer's own body camera. Internal Affairs tried to spin it, but the footage speaks for itself. If you think just handing over your ID is harmless, this video might change your mind.
I was just explaining to Megan here that I'm an independent.
You have every right to film.
Yeah.
As long as you don't film the X-ray screens, because that's all sensitive.
Okay.
And impede the operation, you're fine.
Yeah. No, I'm just an independent journalist gathering content for a story.
I think you're well within your rights. I think you know them.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, sir. And your name was Brett Kavanaugh. Brett. Wow, that's like the Supreme Court Justice.
He spelled it with a K. That's really
Brett Kavanaugh.
Yeah.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you interact with a member of the public peacefully exercising their rights. Unfortunately, things are about to take a turn for the worst.
The Supreme Court Justice.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning. How are you, sir?
Trooper Lavoie with the State Police. How are you doing today?
How you doing, Trooper?
Good. I'm here to find out what your business here is at the airport today.
My business is none of your business, Trooper Lavoie, but I was nice enough to tell you, and look what I got for it.
Nothing. Just gathering content for a story. I'm an independent journalist.
Oh, great. Do you have your ID on you?
I'm not going to provide you my ID, Trooper.
By a state trooper for your ID, you're going to have to provide it.
Wrong. You do not have to surrender your Fourth Amendment right unless the law enforcement officer has reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime, which he admits several times he does not.
This Connecticut, sir, is not a stop and ID state, and unless you have reasonable articulable suspicion, I've committed
to do that. I'm not here to get a legal advice from you.
You should have taken the legal advice while you had the chance, Trooper.
Yeah.
I'm asking legally an order from a state trooper to provide me your ID. You're causing alarm at the airport. Multiple people have come up to us asking what you're doing.
There's a TSA supervisor who just told me I was well within my rights.
Please?
Sir, let's
Put your hands behind your back, please.
I'm going.
Put your hands behind your back, please.
Look how quickly this trooper escalates the situation. He went from immediately demanding identification to putting me in handcuffs within seconds of this interaction starting.
Sir, okay.
Sir,
I'm not going to cause any alarm. I don't.
Last answer.
I don't have an. I'm not going to put any. I'm not.
Throws my cell phone to the floor, stopping it from recording, a First Amendment violation, and then a Fourth Amendment violation by placing me in handcuffs.
I don't even have any ID on me, sir.
That's going to be it. Okay.
I can give you my name and date of birth. Like, do you have your body camera on, sir?
581.
One detained, refusing to provide ID.
I didn't.
Is there anything on you that's going to harm me, poke, anything sharp?
I don't consent to any searches.
I didn't ask you that. Is there anything on you that's going to harm me?
No, and I don't
Knives,
consent.
needles, weapons?
No.
No?
Just the camera of mass destruction that you are terrified of.
Where's your ID?
I don't have one.
No? What's this, sir?
That's my car key. Sir, I'm an independent journalist working on gathering content for a story.
Okay.
I have not broken any laws.
No one said that you did. You're not under arrest right now. You're being detained.
But why are you detaining
You're
me?
interfering with my investigation.
Sir, you need to have reasonable articulable suspicion.
I'm articulating that to you right now, that you're causing a disturbance at the airport. Yes, you are.
Gathering content. I'm an independent journalist, sir.
You need to stop trying to teach me
Why
legal.
are you shaking? I'm not going to hurt you.
You need to stop and listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me. I'm trying to identify you.
Do you see? He's shaking like a leaf and his voice is cracking. He's the kind of officer that would unload his pistol into a car when he hears an acorn fall on the hood.
Because you're causing a disturbance at the airport. You refuse to provide me your ID. You're clearly doing this on purpose.
I'm not.
So we're going to go through the books.
I'm gathering content for a story. I told everybody I'm an independent journalist.
I get that. Now we're going to prove that, sir.
There is no proof of that. The First Amendment grants me the right.
What's your last name?
I'm going to ask you a question, and then I'm going to
ask you again. What's your last name?
If I do not give you my name, sir,
you're going to be placed under arrest and taken to be fingerprinted to identify you.
Bingo. There you go. Threat of arrest. That's all I needed.
Okay, my last name is Reyes.
How do you spell that?
R-E-Y-E-S.
Yeah.
As long as you say that, if you say you're going to put me under arrest, I will give you my name.
That's what we would have to do to identify you. It's not what I want to do.
You have no idea.
I came over here just to identify.
You have no right to identify.
Your first name, Mr. Reyes?
You have no right to identify.
Are you going to stop arguing with me? Because this is causing a big problem now.
My first name is S-E-A-N.
Yep.
P-A-U-L. One word. Can I get your supervisor here, Lavoie? One. Under threat of arrest, I'm providing you that information.
It's not a threat. It's me telling you what has to happen.
Can I speak to your supervisor, Lavoie?
Absolutely.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Looking back, he was shaking the entire time. I don't know if he was scared, nervous, or maybe he was on some sort of substance. I do not know.
Do you have a Connecticut driver's license?
No, sir.
Where do you have a driver's license?
Sir, I don't want to. Since I'm being detained, I gave you my name under threat of arrest. I'm not going to answer any more questions till your supervisor gets here, please.
Not a problem.
Invoke my fifth.
Okay. 581 Bradley.
581.
Name and date of birth. Unknown on the state. He's refusing to provide that. Let me know when you're ready. What state do you reside in?
Yeah. Sir, I told you, since you're detaining me, I'm not going to answer any more questions. I'm going to invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent because I want to speak to a supervisor, please, because you're making a big mistake here, Trooper. I'm telling you, you are.
Unfortunately, sir, you made the mistake by not identifying yourself.
I told you I was an independent journalist.
That's great. You still need to identify yourself. You're in an international airport, okay?
That the law,
the security of everyone here is more important than that right
No, the Constitution doesn't end in an international airport.
Once again, I'm not going to sit here and go back and forth with. I'm not here to.
No, you can go back and you can do that with your supervisor. I'm here. If you whatever you need me to do that you feel that you're going to arrest me over, I will comply with that.
Mr. Reyes.
Yes.
There was no need for you to be handcuffed. You made it this way. You put yourself in this situation. Absolutely not. Not until my backup arrives.
Scared. He will not even take the handcuffs off. And then he blames me for putting myself in handcuffs, apparently, for exercising my rights, because the security of the airport is more important than our constitutional rights.
But why are you shaking? I'm not a threat.
I'm not
to you,
shaking.
Sir. I'm not a threat.
You're detained right now. You're my responsibility. If you fall over, you're my responsibility. You're saying that, but I don't know that. I don't know that you're not a threat to anything here at the airport.
Sir, the way the world works, you can't handcuff people because you don't know if they're a threat or not, sir. That's dangerous that you're acting like this, really. Just because you're an officer doesn't mean give you the right to.
Trying to provoke this, but it's not going to work.
Sir, how am I trying to provoke it? I'm trying to instruct you and educate you. So
that's not your job.
It is because I'm sitting in handcuffs. You told me you're provoking
your Fifth Amendment right to first.
Well, I can invoke it whenever I'd like, sir.
Gotcha.
For answering any questions, but for education, I won't. You just violated my civil rights. Seriously, I'm not gonna say anything else. You did.
This isn't our first time dealing with you, correct?
I've never dealt with you before.
You never dealt with the state police?
No.
Never with law enforcement?
I'm not gonna. Are you a supervisor, sir? Sir, are you a supervisor, sir? I am not. Can I get a supervisor here? My rights are being violated.
We're working on that.
Why are they being violated? Because I'm in cuffs and I haven't broken any laws, sir.
-1 negative.
Sir, there is, as you know, an unlawful detainment. This is you know what that's going to happen, right?
Are you trying to scare me?
I'm just saying.
Are you trying to intimidate me?
I'm trying to tell you that this is unlawful, sir. I've been nothing but cordial with you since you came up to me.
Absolutely, except you interfered with my investigation and failed to provide your ID.
You have no authority, sir. You have no authority to ask me for ID, sir. That's just the fact.
I actually do once you cause a disturbance at the airport. If you were just here
I wasn't causing
and no one came to me and reported you to me, absolutely, you're 100% right. You can sit here and record all day. That's not the issue.
So by Trooper Lavoie's logic, if anyone came up to him and said, that person is suspicious, I don't like the color of his skin, I don't like the kind of clothes he's wearing, whatever the case may be, he would have the duty and the legal authority to investigate that person, including putting them in handcuffs and demanding ID under threat of arrest. That is very scary, ladies and gentlemen.
The issue is you're causing alarm and
TSA
disturbance.
Supervisor Brett Kavanaugh came and spoke with me and told me that I have every right to film the security checkpoint.
I did not deny that. Have you heard that from me at all?
So what
You're causing
action?
alarm and disturbance to the passengers. Multiple people came to me. I'm sure you saw me standing over there, and I was asked to come and find out what's going on with the suspicious person at the checkpoint.
Suspicion is not a crime, sir.
It's not. The crime.
Can you articulate
I
to
did
me a
not
crime?
say that there was a crime committed, sir. I tried to identify you to make sure that there was no issue here, and you refused to do that.
If I were you,
then you would not put your hands behind your back.
If I were you, I would invoke your own right to remain silent, sir, because you're just digging yourself deeper in the hole. You just said there's no crime. Come on, man.
Not at this point, there isn't.
There was never. Yeah, okay. Go ahead. You're right. There was never a crime. There's not going to be a crime, and I wasn't. Your body camera will show. I've been nothing but cordial to you. I just was. If invoking my rights puts me in cuffs, I mean, I guess that's just where we are.
If you feel it was your right to not provide me your ID when the state trooper requested it, that's how you feel. That's fine.
Yeah, see, the problem is you think you're above the law, and you think you're above. You're above a citizen.
You see, now you're projecting your thoughts because I'm in uniform. So
No.
Because I'm in uniform.
I'm assuming because you put me in cuffs.
Yeah, you're detained. That's 100% right. For failure to comply.
An unlawful detainment. Okay. Is the supervisor is coming?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I'm sure he's going to explain it to you. I'm sure he is. All right. Cool, man. It's all about education here. I'm not mad. Trooper Lavoie. Good, you got a body camera. This is good. Great transparency for everybody. That my phone wasn't. Imagine you did. This is what I'm talking about for law enforcement. Imagine you didn't have a body camera right now. My phone is off. I'm not recording.
Okay.
So what type of accountability would I have against you if you didn't have a body? That's why body cameras are important. It's good.
Okay.
It's good.
You know that the state police have had body cameras for over 5 years?
That's great. That's good to hear. Really, it is.
31 to transport, and I'll be out inside the
Where I'm from, they don't have body cameras, so I'm an advocate trying to promote that.
You should. We're still trying to find out where you're from, so.
Great police work, Trooper Lavoie. Trying to figure out where I'm from. Maybe I'm from Long Island. I don't know. I'm just guessing here. There's nothing that it's right in your face that would tell you I'm from Long Island. I don't know. It's just a guess. But great police work, Trooper Lavoie. You are really sharp one, aren't you?
It'll be interesting to find out who doesn't have body cameras.
De-escalation. If you do a little bit of de-escalation, things might go a little bit better for you and anybody else.
You could have too.
All I did was tell you I want to invoke my right. Is this a supervisor?
No.
Come on, man. Can I get a supervisor here? He's going to explain to you guys to release me immediately. I haven't broken any laws. This is insane.
You'll be released as soon as you're identified.
This is unlawful
and we're sure that there's nothing being done here.
Bradley.
Cruz and Lavoie.
Sir, can I just ask you?
I've been very transparent, sir. I told you I'm an independent journalist gathering content for a story, exercising my First Amendment right. That's all. Dude, the TSA supervisor he just told me I have every right to film the security checkpoint.
Absolutely.
He's the TSA supervisor.
Right. Mr. Reyes, you understand that I've never denied that. That's not why you're detained. That's not why you're being spoken to. You're detained because you weren't cooperating with me when I was trying to investigate what was going on over
Because I wouldn't provide my identification.
Absolutely.
Just keeps digging himself deeper and deeper and deeper.
Understood. Well, We can have a difference of opinion. This is
Absolutely.
America, but the only thing we can't have a difference of opinion on is the law. And you're a law enforcement officer, so I guess okay.
So can I just ask why, like, if the officer asked for their ID, why you wouldn't provide it? Like, what is the big deal?
The big deal is we have a right not to provide identification. Our Fourth Amendment right. This is not Nazi Germany, officer.
It's part of my rights, sir. I don't have to provide ID. It's not. If you didn't have a right to do something, why would you? It's a right. It's not a privilege.
Were you just arrested recently?
I don't answer questions.
The answer is yes.
I just want to clarify. I only answer the questions that I want to answer. I do answer questions. I just don't answer the questions that I don't want to.
So why are you asking a question you know the answer to?
Because I think you're just trying to be difficult.
I just don't want to answer any questions.
Is that an agenda here? That's what I'm telling you. Like, you have some kind of
agenda for. I didn't put myself in these cuffs. I told him I'm a journalist. TSA didn't put me in cuffs.
People tell us stuff all the time. Doesn't mean that we necessarily believe them until they provide people lie to us all the time.
Just because you have trust issues, that doesn't mean you can put free citizens.
We have trust issues.
You can't put free citizens in handcuffs.
It's the nature of our job.
This is an unlawful detainment.
He said it right there, ladies and gentlemen. It's the nature of our job. They don't trust any of us. They will violate our constitutional rights for officer safety because they don't trust any of us. It's the nature of their job. You heard him. He said it.
And when the supervisor gets here, he's going to let you guys both know that, and he's going to tell you to release me.
We're going to release you as soon as we're able to do that. I'm not keeping you detained just because I feel like I want to. You understand that, right?
Yeah, no, you want to because you put the cuffs on me. You definitely did.
Well, I was here by myself. And you weren't cooperating with me. Yes, you were handcuffed.
I was not aggressive.
No one said you were aggressive.
And all I told you was I'm not providing my ID because I don't have to legally.
Right.
I'm following
until you
the law.
were given a lawful order from a state trooper to do so, and you've chosen not to.
That is an unlawful order, sir.
Okay.
And you're going to learn that.
Well, I'm glad you cooperated with it because it was getting close to the point that you weren't, where I had to physically put your hands behind your back for you.
Yeah, because physically putting somebody's hands behind their back is a great way for them to identify themselves. I mean, I guess it worked because he threatened to arrest me, and I did. But now I have standing in federal court for a lawsuit. So stay tuned for that.
I don't comply with unlawful orders, and that's just my right as a citizen to not comply with it. You might think it's a lawful order, but it's not. It's not. It's not. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 state troopers.
Well, until we could get the supervisor, everyone came for you. All right, sir. Multiple people came up to me, including TSA, saying this guy was acting very suspicious at the checkpoint. I observed him recording, which there's nothing wrong with that. However, when I went to identify him to find out what his business here at the airport, he refused to comply. Okay. Wouldn't provide me any ID. He's like pushing the limits. He's trying to test us, I think, and see. He's saying I violated his First Amendment right, and that he didn't have to provide ID, and that's why he didn't. When I asked him to put his hands behind his back because he wasn't being compliant with me and I was investigating, he refused to do so. It took me 4 or 5 verbal attempts to get him to do that. I had to physically put his hands behind his back. He's been compliant since, but constantly questioning what I'm asking, just being difficult.
Being very difficult, exercising my constitutional rights, trying to educate this trooper Lavoie on our constitutional rights. Very difficult. Very, very difficult.
I don't think there's anything major here. I think this is what he was here to do. He says he's a journalist and he was recording, but he has no documentation of that. And I just did a pat down. I didn't do a search, obviously.
Well, where did you find him?
He was literally right here recording everyone, recording TSA agents.
Oh, so he wasn't on the other side?
No, he's on the unsecured side, recording the TSA checkpoint, recording passengers, and people were just alarmed and disturbed by what he was doing.
Right. People were alarmed. Are they alarmed by paparazzi? There's paparazzi at LAX, JFK, recording for celebrities. Are they alarmed by that? Why would they be alarmed by me?
So I wanted to make sure everything was safe. Okay. And that's where we're at.
Hi, Sergeant. Sergeant Drummond. Yes. Sergeant Drummond, I would like to be released immediately from this unlawful detainment. I have not broken any laws. Mm-hmm. Your trooper did not have any reasonable articulable suspicion to identify me or in any way. I talked to supervisor from the TSA, Brett Kavanaugh. He told me that I have every right to film the security checkpoint. This is a public building. I'm an independent journalist. He's violating my First Amendment right of freedom of press. And like I said, I would like to be released from these handcuffs. Okay. And he turned off my phone. Just, I would like to be released from these handcuffs immediately. I have not broken any laws, sir. Okay.
All right, why were you videotaping? Just out of curiosity.
Same thing I told your trooper. I'm an independent journalist gathering content for a story.
Okay.
I'm not going to divulge until the story is published. Now I guess the story has changed to an unlawful detainment by your officer, by your trooper. Sorry. And like I said, the longer I'm in here, is the longer you guys are violating my rights. So I would, as a supervisor, I would advise you to do the right thing here, sir, and have me undetained. Okay. Because I have not broken any laws. Okay. And your trooper has a grave misunderstanding of Connecticut law, saying that a trooper, if they ask for your ID, you're obligated legally to provide it. I know that you do not. That you need reasonable, articulable suspicion.
All right, turn on. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
You need reasonable, articulable suspicion, and I think I would like to file a formal complaint against this trooper. Okay. And I'll be writing a statement to your internal affairs, but I'd like to file a complaint with you as a supervisor.
Well, I'm going to direct you to our professional standards unit.
You're not going to take a complaint from me?
I don't take complaints. We don't do that. You have to go through our professional standards.
That's not how it works with troopers?
No, no. It has to go through you
professional standards?
Yeah, and then it'll come down through the chain of command.
Okay, great.
We're going to be taking a look at that internal affairs summary at the end of this video, so stay tuned. It's very laughable what they have to say.
Well, I will advise that.
Could you do that for me? Could you advise him that that's not the law? That that's dangerous.
No. Actually, he had a reason to question you. You chose not to cooperate with him. You became the subject of an investigation. So
I do not have to provide my ID unless he articulates a crime.
Okay, that's fine. Listen, do we have your name? Are you going to provide your name?
He told me he was going to arrest me, trooper. This is what I'm saying. I understand you guys have your thin blue line and you guys stick together. I get that.
Listen.
But what I'm saying is, if he's breaking the law,
or I'm going to leave. Stop talking.
I mean, you can leave whenever you'd like, sir.
You guys are all set?
Can I get my things and go?
What's this?
I'm going to get it.
Okay.
I'm going near my
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I don't want him going anywhere near my bike. It's very special to me. I worked very, very hard on that dismount earlier.
Be careful, man. Come on. What's wrong with you? Come on, man. This is all on a call for. I don't know. I'll be talking to professional standards since your sergeant's the one who do it. You need to learn the law.
Don't point. Listen, we're done talking. We're done. Get yourself a skate. Let's go, sir.
Not even a simple infraction.
Huh?
Not even a simple.
No, just let him go.
Not even a simple infraction, Sarge. Please, let's get him on something because he hurt my feelings. He educated me on his constitutional rights. He was being very, quote, difficult with me. He wouldn't cooperate. He wouldn't allow me to violate his rights. So can we get him on anything? Simple infraction, misdemeanor, anything. Come on, Sarge.
Well, I didn't break the law.
All right, let's go.
You did. You violated my rights. I was just unlawfully detained by the Connecticut State Troopers here. I was put in cuffs by a tyrant officer, a rogue officer who thought that he knew his job, but obviously didn't. Excuse me.